Hey, everybody.
I'm Steph,
I'm Michael
and today we have our top 10 games that we learned in October.
of 2024
Yep,
because we have lots of Octobers.
that's true.
Yes.
The
But
one that just happened.
specifically October 2024.
Let's go.
Top 10, let's go. That's Cosmic Beat.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let me go ahead and start with my number 10. I should say.
You should say, yeah.
What?
I was going to say, you should say.
Yeah, what am I going to say?
Most, if not all of I think all of these games were provided by the publisher.
That's not what I was going to say, but we should say that.
I know, that's what I was going to say.
Actually, yeah, all of these, right? At least you bolded them all.
Are prototypes, so we either had to send them on or they're not finalized yet, but just so all of the publishers did provide these.
Yes. So that doesn't happen every month. This month, thanks to all these publishers, but they didn't give us these games in exchange for the rankings on the top 10. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games. Look at that. They are on it.
Yay, Cosmic Beat.
So, my number 10.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is I played, I think, 42 games.
I played 43.
43?
Yeah.
I think I'm at 43.
Yep.
So I tied you.
I know. And there were some I played that you didn't play.
Right.
So
I don't know which ones it was that I played that you didn't play, but some that I was catching up on, I'm sure. My number 10 game is from Left Justified Studio. Actually, this is not the whole name of it. I didn't write the whole name of it. It is called Emperor Frozen Shinies the Emperor.
there.
Well, now I've got to look.
There.
Whoa.
There it is.
Thank you. Frozen Shinies the Emperor Penguin's Nephew from Left Justified Studio. Look, I spilled my Coke all over.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. This is a cute little card game where you are taking cards that you have in your hand and either playing it for its value and taking cards from columns, or you are playing it for its ability and then doing whatever the ability has.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will be to shift cards around. Sometimes it'll be to take a card. Sometimes there will be things that you can do to set yourself up for later turns.
Yeah.
So basically, it's you're collecting cards and trying to get the most of certain cards. Super cute game. We played it one night at game night. Basically, you're trading. You're supposed to be trading like a diamond for a pointy stick, a fancy shell, and a hat in order to get things for the Emperor Penguin's Nephew. So
it's cute.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
Definitely worth checking out.
Could be a good stocking stuffer.
I mean, look, the super compact size.
Yeah.
And 2 to 8 players, plays in 15 minutes, so it handles large player counts. So be sure to check out Frozen Shinies, the Emperor Penguin's Nephew.
Yeah. My number 10 game was actually recently on Kickstarter. So we got to check it out for that Kickstarter called Clandestine. It's over there. I still have it.
I see it. It's on the couch.
This game, it's a kind of a big game, but it's intriguing, if you will, because you're trying to like collect intrigue. Everybody's a different faction, which is really cool. So you're doing your own thing. You get your own bonuses for what you're doing. So
I love that.
I love the asymmetry there. But you're kind of relying on other people in this game a little bit to set you up for success, because there's a Mancala style system in play. So if somebody leaves you with a great spot, you'll get a better action on that spot. So if there's like a bunch of guys, or if you can set yourself up for those big actions, then you'll get a lot more accomplished. So you don't want to take a lot of little turns. You want to get like big turns. Otherwise you might be, I don't know, like not
optimal. Yes, no, you're going to take an optimal turn.
Yeah.
So Mancala is one of those games, it's like I'm not big on abstracts. You guys who know me know I'm not big on abstracts. So a game like Mancala, boring for me. Mancala style action selection, Love it.
Yeah.
Steph and I recently saw that with the new release of Finca.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
That's nice.
It's that same sort of Mancala style. Here's your strength of your action. Do distribute the pieces out in, in a line.
Yeah.
Love that.
And
Love that.
And it's like you don't want to set your other opponents up for success.
Exactly.
But you really want to take a certain action at a certain time. And it's not the strength you need. So you're like trying to do all these things to prepare for what you do need. Ah, man.
That's the kind of abstract portion of a game that I think really,
yeah,
I think it really enhances it.
Yeah.
So whereas I don't like boring, lifeless abstracts, love abstract mechanics in really complex games. Love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that this is really complex. I wouldn't say this game is really complex, but there are a lot of rules.
Yes.
So you do kind of have to know what you're getting into when you sit down to play it, because we played with 4 people and it was kind of a very long.
It was a very long
learning experience. We did do a video for it, so if you're interested in checking that out, I think it's still on Kickstarter even. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, 100% recommend it.
Yeah.
That is Clandestine from Brookspun Games.
Yeah. They also did Legacies, which is another big game.
Yes. My number 9 game, and here I am talking about abstracts, and this one to me has a sort of an abstract feel.
It's definitely abstract.
It is Intarsia by Pegasus Spiel.
Yep.
Beautiful looking game. Where you are building these little tile pieces, starting with the outside, moving your way in, as long as you're building next to a connector. And once you have built certain things of colors, by playing cards, you're going to get other color cards in return. And it seems very formulaic, programmatic. I wish there were a way to sort of mix that up on the
it does feel a
tile
little
claiming board.
Programmatic.
Yeah, it seems like, oh, if you get this in yellow, it's a 2-step purple or a 3-step green. But when you get to the 2-step yellow, it's a 3-step green and a 1-step purple. You know what I'm saying? It seems very,
because it doesn't change.
almost, and so that is my one and only complaint about the game.
Goals tiles that are always the same.
It's always that static set.
Yeah.
That said, I like what the mechanics are doing.
Mhm.
And I the thing that does change things up is the players who you're playing with, that whenever you take bonuses for the large actions, then you're going to get these special card draws. And if you take something away from me, then I'm not going to get it. Also, something could happen where you start building 1 yellow and I go after 2 yellows and you're like, you spoil my plans. So
that's what you're supposed to do.
That is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, it's a beautiful looking game, great production.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Beautifully cut,
amazing
wood components.
Yeah.
Highly
impressed with that.
Yes. So that puts Intarsia as number 9 on my list from Pegasus Spiel.
Yep. My number 9 is In the Footsteps of Marie Curie from Sorry We Are French. We played In the Footsteps of Darwin, which is actually in my opinion, it was a very different game, because you're moving the boat around, collecting a tile, putting it in your grid. I like the tile aspect of In the Footsteps of Darwin because you're trying to do that.
Also, I think a bigger game, I think.
Darwin?
Yeah, than Marie Curie.
You don't think the same to me, because because in this game you're trying to manage all of your resources in a matter of time, because the time is ticking away.
This seems smoother and more streamlined.
It does seem smooth. I really enjoy the cube tower. I think that's a really nice element that they added into the game. I always like a cube tower, and I think that's really cool. You drop them in and then you collect some of the resources from it.
The ones that come out.
Of course, there's some that get stuck. And you're like, how are they in there?
Yeah, throw them in there and then 2 come out. What?
What? So that might foil your plans a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, I can't say you always love it. There was a game we played with the Cube Tower that we didn't enjoy, but that's another story.
I generally, in the most part, really like cube
I agree.
towers. So I think that's a fun mechanic in a game that isn't really utilized as much as I want it to be.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
I had fun with this. It's very like light and easy, but it still gives you those choices that are juicy. So you feel like you're doing something in like a 30 to 40 minute playtime or something. So it's a nice game.
Yep.
Definitely worth checking out.
In the footsteps of Marie Curie from Sorry We Are French.
Yeah.
My number 8 game is from Off the Page Games. It is Harrow County.
Yes.
So in Harrow County, one side is trying to basically collect the townspeople. You are a child who is abandoned in a tree trunk where a witch was buried, something like that. And so
Witch Reborn or something.
the major family in the town wants to eliminate all of the witches and thinks that the other team is a witch. So we are trying to burn the witches' buildings, and the witch is trying to collect the townspeople. And so there's a little bit of asymmetry there. We start off on a hex grid, and we are taking actions in order to do our powers. Very asymmetric. Our cards are different. Our actions are different. Remember, I was the family, and I could create storms, and Steph could create paths that either of us could go on, especially though those townspeople. I love all of what the mechanics do. Matter of fact, I probably love the mechanics on this one almost as much or as much as any of the games on this list for this month. The one thing that got me was that I'm not sure that the main two factions are balanced. I saw some weaknesses with it, with the imbalance. And I looked online, and a lot of people are agreeing with me and are very vocal about it. And of course, I don't usually pile on to the BGG forum reviews or anything.
Witch hunts.
For the witch hunts, yeah. So no, I did not bring my pitchfork and try to get some witches. Anyway, but I think that there could be a weakness in this game. I like what the game wants to do with the third and fourth factions, which we didn't even try. It could clear things up. Using different player powers might clear things up. I'm not sure, but we did get to play it twice.
Once.
Oh, we haven't played it on stream yet.
Not yet.
Did get to play it once. I liked what we were doing. I want it to be a little bit more balanced.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to say it's broken yet. It did actually make number 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good
number
game.
1. It could have been number 1.
Yeah, it's pretty cool what it's doing. Again, a cube tower.
Again, a cube tower.
I know, I love it.
Matter of fact, you see the little hole down here on the bottom of the box? This is what you put the dice into this little part of the box, and it spills out into this area.
Yeah.
And you put them into the, you put them onto the battlefield.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting mechanics going on in that game.
Yeah. I want to like it more than number 8.
Yep.
So
that's fair.
That said, with all of the games that we played in October, this did definitely rate number 8.
Yeah, it's good.
So that's from Off the Page Games.
Yep, my number was 8 is DC Super Skill Pinball Harley Quinn from WizKids. I like the super skill pinball games. Uh, and I always enjoyed trying the new ones. This one is probably one of the better ones. I had a great time playing the.
This one was super different.
It was very different.
We only did one of them.
Yeah, we only did the first one. I was like, how could they really make it that different? But they did, because you have one ball for the whole game, and that you're basically working your way up these different sections of the map
Just for this one board.
that we played. Yeah. So
There's a reason for that, because you only need one ball.
you only need one, and it's really good. I had a great time playing that map. So I'm curious to play the other maps. We'll be playing it on stream in the near future. I can't say Harley Quinn is like my favorite DC character, but she's entertaining enough.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. So if you like the super skill pinball games, this is a no-brainer.
It's almost like it's like 4 tables in one on this. I think.
Yeah, it was definitely
because you're on level 1. Once you complete enough to get to level 2, you hit it up into level 2, and then you're hitting it on level 2, and you can't let it drop. If you do, it's over.
Yeah.
And when you complete the requirement for level 2, get it to level 3. Super cool.
Yeah, so I had a great time playing that, and so it made my list.
That's DC Super Skill Pinball from
WizKids.
Harley Quinn. Yep, from WizKids. My number 7, we've already talked about. It's in the footsteps of Marie Curie from Sorry We Are French.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep. I enjoy the different mechanics in this, where you're collecting theses. I think that there are multiple paths to victory, where I was collecting the thesis bonuses and you were doing something else. But yeah, it's as you said, super enjoyable game. I think it's much more streamlined than Darwin, and shorter playtime. I think it's been a long time since we played Darwin.
Darwin's only 12 turns, so it's probably about the same. But then in Darwin, you're like going around with the boat collecting these tiles that you want to put on your board because you're investigating these species. So
yeah, on this one, you're progressing down a timeline, and based on the actions you take, you could progress that timeline to where maybe it's not optimal for your opponent, which is definitely what you want to do.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, I was a degreed chemist, so and minored in physics.
So you like this better.
The theme is cool. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah,
so,
it's fun, yeah.
Collecting all of the different elements, and it's harder to get the uranium than it is to just get the carbon, and so you're hoping that it comes out so you can collect it. And so anyway, it's really cool. Be sure to check out In the Footsteps of Marie Curie.
Yeah. All right, my number 7 is
really missed my list.
Schrodinger's Cats from Amigo. This is like a take on Liar's Dice.
Yes.
And I absolutely love Liar's Dice. I never win Liar's Dice, but I quite enjoy it. This one is different in that you get these cat cards that you can play when it's your turn, or you might be able to discard cards and get new cards. So that kind of changes the dynamic of what people have in their hands.
Yeah. You have to
declare life.
You have to declare cards.
Yeah.
And then you can discard as many as you publicly declare. So it's either cats are alive in the box, cats are dead in the box, cats are not in the box, or it's wild, meaning they are alive, dead, and not existent in the box at the same time.
Yeah.
So you say, like Liar's Dice, I've got 4 live cats. You might say, I've got 5 dead. We have 5 dead cats. And I might say, we have 3 empty boxes or something, which might beat 5 live cats.
Yeah.
So, but if I declare so many live cats or whatever it is I've bid, if I declare 2 cards, I can discard 2 and draw 2.
Maybe you'll find more live cats.
Maybe. Where there were no live cats before, which I think makes it completely different.
It does feel very different while feeling the same.
Yes.
I love what they've done with it. And it makes it really fast because you just play, if you lose a round, you're out. So it's going to be 4 rounds or something at most if you're playing
4 or
with four.
5, yeah.
3 rounds if you're playing with 4 people. So it's like it's fast because you just might be out the first round and then
Yeah. And on a 2 or 3 player game, I think you lose a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 players you have 3 lives. 3 players you have 2 lives. I think.
Gotcha. So
each.
it's like super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Just missed my list.
No, I really love
So
it.
good.
It is really good. And talking about it makes you more excited for it.
It really does.
Oh, I know.
We've had a couple of games like that.
Yeah.
Recently. So yeah.
Hey, guess what?
Hey, guess what?
We have an overlap for number 6.
Whoa.
We have
My
the
number 6 is your number 6.
same 6.
From Flat Out Games, it is.
Yeah, Knitting Circle. Where is it?
I don't know.
Oh, it's over here.
Ta-da!
We just streamed this because it's on Kickstarter
Yeah.
currently. For like another month or so. So you still have time. And we had to pass it on.
Sophia says, "Woo!"
This is a great little game. You are drafting yarn and you're trying to knit all these things like socks and long johns and stuff like that.
Collecting them from a rondelle.
Yes, you
Another
might
great
say it
mechanic.
looks like calico. Well, it's the same art, same art style,
Mhm.
but it's nothing like calico.
Cool.
Calico, you're very limited to how you can place your tiles. I love calico though, so I mean, I can't say I don't because I love calico.
You're limited to how you can play your tiles here.
You are because there's the front side and the back side of the tile, so you need to collect the right yarn.
Sophia knows all about that.
Yeah, I feel like you're a little less limited because there's ways to manipulate that. If you just wait, you could put them in the basket, then they could be either side.
Mhm.
But there's definitely, I think the audience is here for this game.
I love the rondelle drafting. That's fun.
That is fun. That is fun.
Yeah.
So I think it's another hit from Flat Out.
It's another Flat Out hit.
It's another Flat Out hit.
Yep. We called it.
Called it. I think people are gonna love it.
That's right.
I do.
Knitting Circle from the Calico line from Flat Out Games.
Nothing else from you, huh?
Well, I mentioned I like the rondelle, the rondelle drafting. I love that. I love resource collection.
All the good
all
things.
that stuff.
All the things. All right,
Like
your
those-
number.
I don't have fat fingers.
A little bit.
What?
Your number 5.
My number 5, Da 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 from the
We still have to play this on stream. I'm so excited to play this on stream, by the way.
So, some of you know, I am a Chinese linguist.
Yeah.
Actually got paid to do that job, and have maintained it over the past 30 some odd years. And so languages are really, really my jam.
Yeah.
So
Well, you're really
this is a language game.
It is. He's really good at this. I was like, what? The first game.
So you are you're given a lot of picture cards and you're given some sounds.
Yeah.
All right, like da or nup or zot. And you're trying to put all of these cards into categories so that if we got a new card, I could describe this new card using our vocabulary in front of us.
Yeah.
And the more cards that I can describe based on the vocabulary, then the better score we're going to get.
Yeah.
And it's all cooperative. So we're all working together to try to communicate. So yeah, it's super clever.
No, it's really good. So you've only played it like that one time.
How did this work in a 4-player game when you played it?
I played it 4, 5, 10 people counts.
You
Like
did?
I played it at I taught people at
Tennessee Game Day.
Tennessee Game Days. Everybody loved it.
Oh,
It
was not there
we
for that.
always lose. Like immediately lose.
We did really well.
Two of us did very well because I was working with you and you know what you're doing. And I'm like trying to explain this game to everybody, and they're like, oh, we played a game. We did very poorly. Well, so
You did a little Instagram story.
I did. So go check it out because it tells you how we did with our play, which was really good.
Yeah, because it's like I was explaining them as we were going through the images. I'm like, Zot,
That.
Zotto,
Zotto.
or whatever it is. So, yeah.
So it's funny because you could just play for fun, right? And then I thought you play 7 cards out. So the first time I taught a group was we played 7 cards. We got like 2 right, but you really play the game where you lose 2, it's over. And I'm like, it's not as much fun as just playing out the 7 cards because you learn as you go. With the people you're playing with, like, oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, okay. But if you reset every time, you don't necessarily get better at the game.
Being a linguist is hard.
It's really hard. It's really hard. But everybody I've taught loves this game.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend it.
It's lots of good times, and this actually has possibility of making it hhigher on the lists.
Yeah, you need to play it more.
But there's
possibly higher.
There's 3 really good Euros coming up. I gotta say,
it's a good game this month, so I totally get it. I totally get it. But some games are just super fun. This seems like a really good holiday game, just to, just have some fun.
And the op, I know y'all are watching because 3 of you in the booth said that you watch our videos. So this is for you. Thanks to the op for Da.
It's really great. My number 4 is Neo Dreams. Another one we need to play on stream.
Yes.
It's really good. It's a engine building game where every card is the most beautiful artwork.
It really is.
I have to say I'm highly impressed with the art on this game.
I mean, look at this.
I absolutely love it. It's a stunning game. And not only that, but you're getting all these combos because it's an engine building game. So you're trying to, break your own combos to get the best possible response. There's a lot of great choices in this game. So I'm very excited to show this to everybody soon because it's a weird game because you're taking these actions and doing these things, but you don't actually get your guys back until the marker moves to that column. And then you want to advance that guy to get the bonuses of the columns and get your guys back to take actions. But so there's like a lot of things happening on the board.
Some of the actions will activate the things in a column, and some things are going to get you more cards, and some things are going to... Some things are going to let you upgrade little tokens on your cards.
Yeah, you want to do that for sure.
Lots of different ways to make your engine... Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good choices. I'm very impressed by this one, so I'm excited to play it.
Who is the artist?
I don't know, but it's great.
Nick Gertz and Evgeny Zubkov?
Yeah, I mean...
are the primary artists on this, I think. There?
Yeah, it's great. It's beautiful. It really is. So I was impressed by that.
Yes. Panda Angel says, I bought Neo Dreams because of Sue Sheldon.
Awesome.
Cool. Definitely worth checking out Neo Dreams from Hobby World.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Stevens from Pile Up Games. Where is Stevens?
Right behind us.
Ta-da.
Another one we need to stream in the near future. There's so many we've been playing that we just haven't been able to stream yet.
Yeah. This one we got to play at a 4-player game night. I'm not sure how it would work with 2.
Fine.
But in this game, you are doing a glass making engine, and you've got tons of different resources that you're either putting into the glass making area or pulling out of it, and you're also putting these cards onto the sides of the board in order to make little action spaces for you to take your actions at. Super crunchy Euro, maybe too many resources. I'm not sure yet. I want to get that next play.
Yeah, we gotta
to see
play it again.
How solid this really is.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, yeah.
It was a little bit much to get it going that first game, but once we got going, it was fine. So I'm anxious to get it back to the table soon.
Yeah. It doesn't overstay its welcome because as soon as somebody crosses the the point the point marker, then end of game is triggered, and I managed to blast ahead of everyone and trigger the end really quickly. But yeah, I found this to be super fun, super crunchy Euro,
Yeah,
but
nice.
still not the best Euro on this month.
I mean, there were a lot of good games.
There were now, but
It's not
like I
just
say,
it's not
more plays of this could end up moving things around on the list.
absolutely.
That's Stevens from Pile Up Games.
All right, my number what 3?
You're number 4.
4. My number 4. Yeah, 4 is
Da.
again. I've played it probably 10 times or so, and I've had a great time every time. I love
Even higher on your list. That's
yeah.
good.
Well, it's because I got more plays of it. I think
Yes.
that helps.
It really
you
does.
play with different groups, and it's fun because like. What are you thinking? Like everybody's like has this language, and I'm like, I am not clued in. I have no idea what you're trying to tell me. So it's so funny to see how people connect to different things because I'm like, I'm not thinking that way. Oh, and at the end of the game, you're like, is that what you meant? They're like, no. Oh, well, I don't know. It's just crazy.
So that is Da from the Op. Is your number 4. My number 3, we've already talked about.
Not ready.
It is Neo Dreams from Hobby World. Beautiful art. So check. Engine builder, check. Lots of different actions to take, check. Upgraded cards, check. Love all of these things.
Yeah, it's a nice game.
It's really elegant. Definitely worth checking out. I hope somebody in the US picks this up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm guessing if anybody, it'd be Arcane Wonders because they work with Hobby World. So.
They often work with Hobby World, and this would be a great pickup. It would fall into their lines really easily, I think.
Neo Dreams is not a party game. Da. Is
Yes. Da.
I would say Da
definitely a party game
for sure. So yeah.
Trey waiting for the title he's expecting to see. I don't know. TGD was in November.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
May not see it.
I already played Chicken.
That's right. My number.
No, that was you. This is me.
Oh.
My number 3.
Yeah, this is your game.
Is Stevens.
Hey.
We just talked about it.
We just talked about it.
No, like you said, there's like a lot of good choices.
Mm-hmm.
The flow is really nice, and the timing element of everything, because you take cubes, you're like, well, I could end it if I take that cube, or I could try and keep it going.
Yeah, you clear those cubes out of the machinery.
Yeah.
And
because you don't
necessarily
want it to trigger, but maybe you do, and
I did because I got bonuses.
I know. So again, timing is everything.
It's everything.
I love games where you really have to manage that time because it makes it interesting to keep you on your toes. So for me, it's a really cool game.
That's true. Stevens from Pile Up Games. My number 2 is Sweetlands from Uchiba Koya.
Yeah.
In this game, you are creating these the cute little sweets.
It's so cute.
Where is that game?
I don't have it because I had to send it on.
Oh yeah, you had to send this on.
And everybody cried. My whole game group cried.
Oh, because they wanted to keep playing.
They wanted to keep playing this.
So talk a little bit about it.
Maybe in a minute.
We'll talk a little bit about it anyway. I need to refresh my memory on it.
So in Sweetlands, it's kind of like a mix of all your favorite Euro games. A little bit of Castle Burgundy, a little bit of Terraforming Mars, a little bit of like...
Oh yeah, because there are those...
there's tons of cards.
The tags on it.
Using cards to take your actions, essentially.
Now, there are only 6 tags in Sweetlands.
Yeah.
So it's not as complex as Terraforming Mars, but you are trying to collect those tags.
Yeah, so you're taking these cards are your life and your acts. You're taking these actions depending on if you go in the first, second, or third space. You're going to have to spend one, two, or three cards, and so timing again is everything. Because if you want to take the road action, and I also want to take the road action, who can get there first with the appropriate resources? So less cards to use, the better. And so you're doing all these different things, and you're trying to build up your little cities of cute little cheese houses and
Yeah.
stuff.
And you have to build out from the starting space. So you can either have the symmetrical boards
Mhm.
or the asymmetrical boards. You know us. We like the
You
asymmetrical.
also have your person, which is totally like telling you a way to go in the game, which is great
Yes.
because you need a focus of some sort.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just
Yeah,
wandering.
you won't be able to do it. So everybody has their own unique player abilities and things to upgrade
You
there.
have to go out from there, and then you have to build roads as well to activate those tiles.
Yeah.
Which I love that mechanic.
Yeah. So lots of good things happening. Crunchy choices.
Combos.
Lots of iconography, so it's very icon heavy. But I think it's all pretty self-explanatory once you do play. I was able to teach it very quickly to my game group. They all got it like this because they're all heavy gamers. So I would say it is a heavy game. I would say it's a heavy Euro game. If you're familiar with those, you'll do just fine in this game.
Fortunately, this is one we have streamed.
We did, yes.
So
It's
because we had to send it on.
And also on Kickstarter. I think it's doing very well on Kickstarter.
As it should.
As it should. It's
As
great.
it should.
It's a great game.
My number 2, Sweetlands from Uji Bakoya.
Yeah. My number 2 is Witness on the Trail of the Chameleon from Pegasus Field.
Pegasus, big month from there.
I know. And
Yeah,
then this one coming up next month.
Spoiler.
So in Witness, so I never played the original Witness, but
I did.
my understanding is that it's very similar, but the original had like a book that you're working from that everybody is
In a
working
pad
from,
of paper.
and things like that. This is using cards to tell the story, if you will, and you basically assign everybody a role with some sort of information, and you have to. It's a big game of telephone and deduction.
Mm-hmm.
So in the game, at least the setup game, I haven't played the other games, though I really want to. You need exactly 4 players for this, by the way.
Yeah, 4 and only 4.
It tells you in the first game I talk to Michael. I tell Michael something, and then I have to go in the next whisper to go to listen to Susan, who's telling me something. And then I have to go back to Michael and tell Michael everything I just heard
yes.
from the beginning. And then I go back to Susan. She has to tell me everything she heard. So
you don't tell me your logic. You tell me what you heard.
Yes, I tell the information I've learned, and then I'm also trying to remember everything and deduce in my own head, well, what have I learned? And so James, I never actually talked to. He talks to Susan, and Susan tells me what James is saying. And then ultimately it will all come back around to Michael, who can also piece together everything because it's cooperative. We want people to remember and do well at remembering.
So I never talked to Susan.
I never talked to James. And so at the end of it, we all
answer questions.
Can write down our notes at the very end. We can't write down notes in between.
Yeah. It's all memory.
It's all memory and deduction. So you write it down at the end. Okay, well, if the spy is sitting to my left and the Russian is sitting to my right, and then I got some information saying that the American is the spy. Okay, so
and his name is Murphy. And
so you're trying to put together everything. If James said on his left was this, so basically in 2 chairs for me is this person, and so I'm putting this all together in my mind.
Nobody said anything about that. That has to be the person we didn't talk about.
Yeah, and so then we get some questions, and then one question has nothing to do with anything we were talking about, so you have to ultimately deduce what that is even asking you. So this was just the entry level game. I felt it was pretty easy.
You're gonna get 1 point for every question you get. Right, there are 3 questions. There are 4 players.
Yep.
So Steph, 3 questions, 3 right. Michael, 3 questions, 3 right. James, 3 questions, 3 right. Susan's 3 questions, 0 right. 9 points.
I got 9 points, which is really good. We did pretty well.
I don't know what she missed.
She had something when she told me
She had something crossed up.
in the last thing she told me, I couldn't tell her she was wrong, but
No, you can't tell it.
I
You
can't.
cannot repeat back.
I can't. So she had something screwed up when she told me the last thing. She told me a critical piece of information, which helped me figure out the rest of it. But then she immediately recalled the other information she told me, and I was like, not right. I couldn't tell her that, but I was like, okay, she's gonna get it wrong, but that's okay. The rest of us did it okay. And that was just the intro game. I'm dying to play the harder level games just to see if I could do equally as good. I just need to find that like the extra people.
This could be even better with more plays. So,
Oh yeah. Well, I'm giving it a really high ranking because
yes.
I can tell that I already really enjoy this game. We need to find like two people who also gets really excited by this. Maybe a gathering we can like plow through a few.
Because Susan was not excited about this.
Dan would like this one, and I know Joe Huber likes this one, or the Old Witness. So I think we can find a few people who really like this and play more because I really want to see. I mean, I'm not saying I'll be good at it because I don't think I will be, but yeah, it's good. It puts a smile on my face. So
there you go.
That's what matters in games.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah.
That's number 2, Witness from Pegasus.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, as we were talking about, it's been a big set of months for Pegasus.
Yeah.
With all of the games that is Bomb Busters Pegasus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bomb Busters is one of the best games this year.
It's Pegasus.
They're definitely hitting a lot of home runs.
That's right.
So that's great.
Yeah.
That's great for them.
That's great for them. My number 1 game, Cosmic Beat probably already knows. It is Clandestine from Brookspun Games. I've already talked about this when you did your number 10.
It's true.
From your number 10 to my number 1.
Yeah.
I love the way that the pawns move. I love being able to get those big actions right when you need them, or to quickly move one of them along so that then you can force that big action right afterwards. And even better, deny actions from other people. I remember a couple of times.
So good at that.
And it's like
so annoying.
I'm collecting them here, and it's like, you're not gonna get to move these until you filter more, and you're like, I don't want that.
I just needed the resource over there.
Yes, you did.
I just needed those cards.
I knew you did.
Oh, Michael, so rude.
Yes, but I love games like that. So I love asymmetry, where one faction is different from another. Checks all those boxes. Look at the beautiful colors on this game. It's a beautiful game. Clandestine from Brookspun Games.
Really good.
Good job, Jason.
Nice. And my number 1 is obviously Sweetlands. That
was really close on my list. Matter of fact, I messaged you today saying, I got to remember which one of these I liked better.
I'm pretty sure you liked
Clandestine better.
Just because you have that like level of like, I don't want to say mystery, but Sweetlands is definitely like a feel good game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a familiar Euro game. Everybody I taught at my game group
card collection,
loved it.
Card collection, tile placement, all of that.
I'm not saying it's doing anything that different, but what it does is so good.
Clean. It's very clean.
It's clean. You have all these great choices, tough choices. It just is like perfect. It's like a perfect Euro. If it's not at the top of the month of the year, it'll be like right there behind number 1. It's like so close.
Really?
I love this game. I was so sad. I played it 4 times, and then when I had to ship it on, I'm like, oh my God, how we have to wait so long. I know.
Matter of fact, I think you had to send it back to them so they could send it to Europe. So the copy that your tears are going to flow over to Europe.
I mean, I just wanted to keep playing this, and I taught my game group, and Amy, she's like, she came the next day to stream with us, and after that stream at 11 p.m., she's
No
like,
longer Minos
do,
Amy.
do you want to play Sweetland?
It's now Sweetlands Amy.
Ah, sweet Amy.
Sweet Amy.
But this game is amazing. I simply love it, and I hope everybody gets the chance to play it. I check it out on the Kickstarter. It's doing very well, as it should. Not so sweet Amy, exactly. She's vicious. Vicious Amy.
Vicious Amy. Let's go ahead and recap the top 10 for those people who only fast forward to the end of the stream.
That's right.
Just to get the recap. My number 10, Frozen Shinies from Left Justified Studio. Number 9, Intarsia from Pegasus Spiel. Number 8, Harrow County Off the Page Games. Number 7, In the Footsteps of Marie Curie. Sorry, we are French. Number 6, Knitting Circle from Flat Out Games. Number 5, Da 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 from the Op. Number 4, Stevens from Pile Up Games. Number 3, Neo Dreams from Hobby World. Number 2, Sweetlands from Uchibakoya. And number 1, Clandestine from Brookspun Games.
And my number 10 was Clandestine from Brookspun Games. Number 9, In the Footsteps of Marie Curie from Sorry We Are French. Number 8, DC Super Skill Pinball for Harley Quinn Ball from WizKids. Number 7, Schrodinger's Cats Amigo. Number 6, Knitting Circle Flat Out Games. Number 5, Neo Dreams from Hobby World. Number 4, Da 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 from the Op. Number 3, Stevens from Pile Up Games. Number 2, Witness on the Trail of the Chameleon from Pegasus. And number 1, Sweetlands from Uchibakoya. So good. Great month of gaming. I'm excited for November.
November's already going to be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, because
I already know.
we learned a great one already.
We already learned a great one.
And we're going to BGG Con next week, so we have lots of games to play.
If you see us at BGG Con, find us. Or if you see us at PAX Unplugged, make sure to stop
It's in
us,
December. So.
say hi, and yeah.
Lots of games to play there, too.
Lots of games to play there, too.
And games to play here. We have so many upcoming games that you get to look forward to, so I am excited to share with you whatever we can.
That's right.
All the games, guys.
More big months.
Yes.
So,
we hope
that's
to see
right.
you.
Yeah, we hope to see you too, Stacey, considering we need a place to stay. So, we do tons of teaches and playthroughs. If you don't already know, you can check out all of our 1,300 plus videos.
So many.
Where we have tons of teaches and playthroughs on our YouTube channel at Board Gamer Steph. Or even better, you can join all these people in the chat on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph, where we stream live every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central. And how many games do we stream?
3
or more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we play all the games. Wow, you were super late.
Yeah, I was reading.
Yeah.
I forgot. And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.